I told Mr. Noel, don't do anything stupid. Do not try to deceive me, defy me. You will not like the consequences. Today is that day.
This is Jamey Noel, an ex-sheriff from Clark County, Indiana. The reason he is an ex-sheriff is because he was corrupt, and he believed he was above the law. Well, it turns out that he was very, very wrong. In November of 2023, Jamey Noel was charged with 15 felonies, including counts of theft, tax evasion, corrupt business practices, ghost employment, and official misconduct.
Good afternoon. My name is Rick Hurdle. I'm the prosecuting attorney in Ripley County. I represent the people. Judge Medlock appointed me at the end of June of this year, the 27th. This investigation has been overseen by the Indiana State Police from the get-go. There's been 13 search warrants to date. There's been 41 subpoenas to everything from bank accounts to a multitude of other things. The defendant has been charged with 15 felonies. 3 of those were F5 felonies carrying from 1 to 6 years, and 12 of those are F6 felonies carrying from 6 months to 2.5 years in prison.
More local news for you. Indiana State Police serving another search warrant at Jamey and Misty Noel's house this afternoon in Jeffersonville.
We saw police carrying a handful of suit jackets before placing them in the back of a car. If you look inside, it looks like the car is full of navy blue suit bags. Court documents say Noel spent $184,000 at Tom James between 2019 and 2023 using fire department credit cards. Additionally, there was a $3,000 purchase that arrived at his house on Wednesday. Police also seized an orange riding lawnmower, and we saw a white box truck drive away, but it's unclear what was inside. Noel, his wife, and daughter are accused of making over $3.5 million in personal purchases.
Now our top story right here at 4, more searches and more discoveries in the growing criminal case against former Clark County Sheriff Jamey Noel. Noel's accused of stealing millions of dollars in public money for his own personal gain, as well as to benefit his family and his friends. Well, recent search warrants took Indiana State Police to properties in Scottsburg and Deputy Township, where investigators say they found vintage cars and U.S. government shipping containers. Focus investigator John Charlton has more on what was found and how police say it's linked back to Noel.
Jamey Noel has a pattern of using funds from the Utica Township Volunteer Firefighters Association to buy cars, putting those cars in his name, then reselling them and pocketing the money. That's what the former Clark County Sheriff is accused of doing. Meanwhile, ISP found that between 2025 and 2022, the Clark County Sheriff's Office received $7 million in military surplus, including forklifts and generators. Much of that equipment had been moved to unknown locations in U.S. government and military shipping containers. According to a search warrant released Tuesday, information led investigators to a property on West Corporation Drive in Deputy, Indiana. On Sunday, ISP investigators say they found 26 containers. Several were open and appeared to contain surplus equipment.
Well, it looks like he and his family were utilizing the funds of the departments pretty well. During a March 2024 search of Jamey Noel's home, 2 handguns were found which violated the terms of his bond. A clearly angry Judge Medlock almost breaks his gavel in the process of finding Noel in contempt of court and giving him an ironic sentence of 60 days in.
I told Mr. Noel, don't do anything stupid. Do not try to deceive me, defy me. You will not like the consequences. Today is that day. You are not the law. You don't interpret the law. You don't enforce the law. You're not above the law. I find that you are in contempt of this court. Take him into custody. No, that's enough. Yeah. I'll find you guys in contempt for disrupting the proceedings, and you'll be right there with him. Now, what is an appropriate sanction? The question is, I can sentence him up to 180 days without a trial, or I can sentence him to a day, or I can release him. You know what I think the answer is? 60 days in. That's what I think the answer is today. Now, Mr. Wilder.
Yes, Your Honor.
Or Mr. Boyles, I apologize, Mr. Boyles, your lead. Before he is released, I'll take your suggestion. I want an independent individual to scour that household to determine that there's no further weapons. I find it, Mr. Hurdle's original argument that he was trying to make that I sustained, an officer of the law, every time I go into court, I hear, I didn't know it was there. I didn't know it was there. I really didn't. You've heard that a million times. You've heard it a million times, and yet you still take them into custody, would be my guess. Every officer in the world has heard, I didn't know it was there. It's my friends. I'm not buying it. It was your burden. It's your responsibility. And today, the court will enforce that. Take him away.
Jamey Noel was also sheriff during the time of an incident at the Clark County Jail on October 24, 2021, where an inmate was able to obtain keys to other pods in the jail, including the women's pod. We have the video interview of the officer that was blamed for the entire ordeal linked in the description below for those that are interested.
This is what you get for fucking lying. I told you when we first came in here, I'm trying to be on your side, dude. I'm trying to help you out of this, but you lie and you keep lying and won't tell me the truth, then I ain't gonna help you get out of it. Those fucking shackles and chains are for you because you're lying to me. Those handcuffs on his side are for you because you're lying to me. I just talked to my boss who called his boss, which is our boss, and said if he could continue to lie, lock him the fuck up. And guess what? It's a federal crime. You know what that means for you? You ain't staying here, you're going to federal penitentiary. You know why? Because you don't fuck around like that around here.
Jamey Noel's trial is set to begin on November 6th, 2024. We will bring you updates on this one if any arise.
Just moments ago, we've learned the details of the proposed plea agreement for former Clark County Sheriff Jamey Noel. It still must be approved by the special judge, Judge Medlock. That agreement calls for Noel to admit to 27 of the 31 counts against him, including official misconduct, theft, and tax evasion. These charges of ghost employment would be dismissed. Now, the agreed upon sentence is 15 years with 3 years suspended to probation. The agreement also calls for Noel to pay back millions in restitution, including $2.8 million to Utica Volunteer Firefighters Association. Judge Medlock said today that he wants to talk to the victims before approving that agreement.